All right, today is March 25th, 2025, Tuesday, and doing a daily breakdown, starting with AUD CAD. Um, Price is has moved away from this area of interest here. It is currently bearish. As you can see, we had is it bearish? Oh man. Okay, so price is currently, let me just double check here. Let's see, price is actually bullish, huh? All right, so price is actually bullish. No, it's bearish. It's bearish because it's within this time frame here. Yeah, so it's still bearish. All right, yeah, so it's still bearish. These lines had to be, I think these lines were for my daily. So technically, price is still bearish. It had a pullback into this area of interest. It's moving away. Daily is bearish. That's why I had those lines previously. So daily is bearish here, with the break coming there. So if I were to create the new higher highs and higher lows, our lower highs and lower lows, it's right here and right there. That's where it was, or actually to be right here. All right, so bearish, what we're just looking for is a daily pullback into the zone, and then we look to lower time frames, take profit. It's going to be there. Okay, USD HUF. Currently, we are at our area of interest, having a weekly pullback. This is wonderful. Now we just need a shift, right? Because technically, we had a daily shift of structure. And honestly, I don't think this will even be a good trade to take. We're gonna have to move this down because since we have to shift the structure, we need to see a shift happen. Oh, looks like we had a 4-hour break on it. Euro HUF. That's wonderful. So we'll check this out. Just take a look at this real quick. But before I do that, yeah, I think this is going to be moved to next week just because we've already had to shift the structure. So this is not going to, I don't think this is going to play out for today. I do want to pull up Euro HUF real quick. So daily we had a pullback. So we had our pullback, see on the daily here, having our pullback. So now we're just looking for our shifted structure, which is what we're seeing here. Boom. So I'm actually move this one up to today, because this can happen for sure today if this candle does remain closed. Now this is going to be 4 hours. I'm gonna put this up for today, but if this kind of closure remains, then what we're looking for is a 4-hour pullback. So we're just waiting for that candlestick closure. All right. Okay. Next, USD CZK. We're having wick pullback weekly into this zone. This is a counter trend actually. So we went past this area of interest, and we're just having this pullback weekly. Upon the pullback, we're having a daily shift of structure. So we're having this daily shift of structure and a pullback on the daily. We're waiting to see 4-hour shift. Okay, this is our 4-hour range. We're just waiting to see it shift up here and go. Okay. And then once we do that, once we have that 4-hour shift, then we'll be, I'll put a reminder here, 4-hour shift. Once we have that 4-hour shift, then we'll be looking for buys, counter trend buys up into our next structure point, which is going to be right up in here. So if we take our little handy dandy box, move it over to the next point, and it's going to be right there. So we actually move this up to right there. All right, Euro HKD weekly is bullish, had its pullback. right? Around that area of interest, we had a shift of the daily. We're just looking for a daily pullback, and then we can look to sales for this counter trend all the way down to this next structure point. Euro HKD, same thing. US MXN, okay. Weekly had its pullback around the area of interest. Daily has had its pullback area of interest. Now we're just looking for the 4 hour to have a pullback, more of a pullback into this area of interest. Because we don't really have a shift here. So we're looking for, we're looking for more of a pullback, and then we'll take a set. So it's going to go to this area of interest down here at the end here. Or the structure point, should we say. USD, DKK, weekly pullback into that area of interest. Daily did shift. This is a counter trend. We're just looking for that daily pullback. EURPLN, there we go. Now this one here, I think it is shifting because this was a counter trend, and it fell twice. It took two trades on this pair, and it fell twice, and I think that's what it's going to do. That's what it's headed to. Currently, we're not looking for entry right now, because what happened was, even though we had our daily pullback, we had a shift of structure. So we had a shift of structure here on the weekly. So we have that shift of structure. Now we're in this bearish frame on the weekly, and we just had another shift of structure. So what we're doing is we need to wait until we see this become bullish, and then we can start looking for that counter trend again. But for right now, it is not there. Could see it today. I'll put a reminder here, just showing 4 hour bearish break, 4 hour shift of structure, should I say. Okay, and then last but not least for today, NZD CHF. Right now, this one right here is the most ready for today. It's the only pair I got, NZD CHF right now. That's the most ready. This is a counter trend trade. Weekly is at the bottom. Well, weekly has been moving up. Daily made a shift, had made a pullback. 4 hour. Okay, we're within this 4 hour frame here. Have made its pullback into this area of interest. You can see it starting to accumulate now. That's where I drew a line. If we go to the lower time frames, like the 1 hour here, you can see this accumulation, right? And it looks like it's doing this thing right now. Accumulation here, these points where price has been having an issue breaking, or a challenge breaking through. So all I'm doing is waiting for this break. I'm gonna see a break. Okay, retest, engulfing, and then I'll take this trade. All right, so that is my setup here for today. The only good trade I have for today, like right now, should I say, is NZD CHF. Everything else, we need to see some more movement happening. So let's change this to break retest in engulfing. That's all I need to see for NZD CHF. All right, so that is the daily breakdown for right now. All right, take care. Peace.